Welcome back guys back again into a guy on persona and deep dive. And our top story tonight is about the growing human cost of the conflict in Ukraine as new reports shed light on the recruitment of the African nationals in the Russian military and the data released by the Ukraine authorities and international observers now identifies about 1,400 1,400 individuals, and these countries are African nations currently on the front lines from Nairobi and all the way to Yaoundé. And families are coming forward with harrowing stories of their loved ones being lured by promises, lucrative construction jobs, or security roles, only to find themselves in the heat of meat grinder and assaults by the dumpers with government.
Watu wanachapa tu maskini. Si ati unakaa sasa. Unakaa ni kama umoja. Kazi kwaje moja kuona mwili. Kazi kwaje. Kila kitu iko bie bro. Kuna mtu analalamika huko? Analalamika nini? Kazi tunaendelea vizuri. Ndio bro. Nani anakupea unga kwa familia?
Hakuna kazi poa kama hii.
Kama tunalipa pesa kutoka hapa. Tuko hapa tunadusha lad. Hizo stories zingine ni watu wako na stories za Hizo stories za
With governments in Kenya and South Africa are now opening investigations
who took him captive, Evan Kibet's story was unusual enough to post on the brigade's social channels.
I didn't went Russia for military job. I went there as a visitor.
Don't pass with governments in Kenya and South Africa are now opening investigation with these recruitment networks, and the question remains: how deep do these shadow recruitment pipelines run? That's a very big question, and being asked by the many Kenyans, how is this recruitment happens, and what is being done to bring these citizens back home. And it's now real new reports now details, and for many young men in sub-Saharan African and war in Ukraine didn't start with a political stance. It starts with a WhatsApp message or a job posting, overseas work, like everything, like something is just posted, and you are, since the African, we are like everyone is chasing for a big dream. It goes for this WhatsApp message, and that's where families who say their sons were promised salaries as high as $18,000 are floating back home, but the reality on the ground is far bleaker. We have seen unverified footage of African recruits facing not just the dangers of the front line, but reports of the racist mistreatment and lack of basic military training. Someone with no experience, like he just taken there, he has no any military training, something. And some nations begin to acknowledge the presence of their citizens in this war. The narrative is shifting from one voluntary service to one deceptive tracking. For 100 of Africans still in the trenches, the dream job has become a fight for survival. What you expect is not what you are going to get there. Like, guys, the like things are like, I don't know. Hi, the question reflects that why are young men from countries of the families or families and miles away from the snow-covered fields of the Ukraine ending up in the middle of European war? That's a big question, guys. That's a very big question, and today we are looking on the silent recruitment in Africans in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. It's a story of economic desperation meeting a global military manpower crisis. That's the question now. The President Mike should now tell us what is going on. As Russia seeks to avoid further domestic mobilization, it has turned its gaze towards the African continent, leveraging everything from gaming platforms to social media to find new boots to the ground. Guys, like everyone is just suggesting to get at least like kitu kwa meza. And today we are going to hear the testimony of a Kenyan man who escaped from the stone like line and will ask many questions on how he escaped from the jaws of death, and started as a prisoner of war camps, and now it found himself there. This is the modern globalized face of modern warfare. Yeah. Key facts and the things you have to know: the numbers are realizing as now from 2026, around 1 month from now, is around roughly like 1,436 individuals from the 6 African countries. As identified, the countries are Kenya, South Africa, Cameroon,